Change leaders empower through servant wisdom. On 9th of May 1994, Nelson Mandela was elected by South Africa's newly formed National Assembly as the first black president, marking a historic turning point in the nation's journey toward democracy. This pivotal event followed the inaugural democratic elections from 26 to 29 April 1994, marking a definitive end to apartheid and a collective desire for a united, non-racial society. Mandela's election by Parliament was a significant step in the transition to a multiracial democracy, culminating in his inauguration on 10th of May 1994. The African National Congress, ANC, led by Mandela, secured a decisive victory with over 62% of the vote. The peaceful conduct of the elections and the high voter turnout were hailed globally as triumphs of democracy and reconciliation. Mandela's election was not merely a political victory, it symbolized the end of decades of institutionalized racial segregation and oppression. His leadership promised a new beginning for a nation long divided by apartheid policies. The establishment of a government of national unity, which included members from various political parties, underscored his commitment to inclusivity and nation building. The significance of Mandela's presidency extended beyond South Africa's borders. His dedication to reconciliation and efforts to foster unity in a deeply divided society served as an inspiration worldwide. Mandela's leadership style, characterized by humility and a focus on collective progress, set a precedent for transformative governance. Reflecting on this historic event, Mandela's election symbolized a profound shift in the nation's identity and aspirations, transcending mere leadership change. The peaceful transition of power and the establishment of a democratic government laid the foundation for South Africa's ongoing journey toward equality and justice. In the years following his election, Mandela championed the values of democracy, human rights, and social justice, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire generations. Change leadership lessons. Mandela's remarkable transition from prisoner to president offers profound lessons for modern change leaders. Leaders of change must engage in inclusive negotiation to ensure long-term stability and credibility during political transformation. They should use powerful symbolic acts to unify divided populations and build shared national identity in times of change. Change leaders must prioritize reconciliation mechanisms to allow healing and trust building after periods of systemic conflict or injustice. They need to project calm and vision to reassure citizens and reduce instability during uncertain transitions. Leaders of change should establish key institutions early to embed legitimacy and accountability into new systems of governance. Summary leadership quote: "Change leadership requires servant wisdom, inclusive decisions, symbolic unity, reconciliatory processes, visionary calm, and institution building for lasting transformation." Organizational change application. Nelson Mandela's leadership reminds us that even with a compelling vision, change will only take hold if leaders remain actively involved. In organizational change, senior leaders must go beyond articulating a future state. They must intervene consistently to reinforce the new way of working and embed desired behaviors. Without this, the road to recovery will be difficult. All great change starts with a leader's ability to create a vision, but sustainable transformation depends on their commitment to making that vision real. One powerful historical example is the establishment of national institutions such as the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which were not left to evolve independently. They were supported by visible political will, legitimacy, and a sustained commitment to ensure their purpose was fulfilled. In organizations, the same principle applies. Leaders must not assume employees will adopt change on their own. Without reinforcement, the momentum quickly fades, and the organization risks reverting to the status quo. Intervention can include recognition, consistent communication, visible leadership presence, and timely course correction. Where change is critical, it may require consequences for non-compliance. Change is not self-sustaining. It requires deliberate, ongoing action from leaders to embed progress and demonstrate that the change matters. Sustainable success is achieved when leaders intervene with consistency, clarity, and commitment throughout the change journey,